Hmm. So good evening. Happy New Year's Eve, Jai Bhagwan. And I'm so happy that you are here because initially we were going to have this in the studio. And of course, things have shifted and changed, and there's been a bit of a pivot again. So here we are. And I actually wasn't going to do this tonight. I thought, I'll just not do it. And then I could feel there was a few people out there that were like, yeah, let's do this. So I'm like, well, what else am I going to do? Where else would I rather be? So here we are together tonight in this Sangha. And Sangha is like an energetic community. And specifically now, during these interesting and shifting times, having an energetic Sangha is really powerful because it helps us stay plugged in. And the plug-in that we are connecting to is the presence that we each are, right? So it's not like there's something outside of us. It's actually the connection that is within us and the connection that is each other, right? And when we're all resting in that space, like in meditation, then we are resting in that Sangha. Sangha also is it's like building blocks. So when we are in a Sangha of like-minded friends, we can support each other. So by being together in meditation, there's a stronger, often a stronger feeling or experience in meditation than when we are simply on our own. It's magnified. So for this evening, and as we, say goodbye to 2021, whatever that means to you. For me, it's simply another, nighttime and then morning, a transition where I say goodnight, reflect over the day, and then wake up and, clarify the intention for the day. And this is an opportunity in the new year, saying goodbye to one year and hello to another year, to reset. And we can do that through reflection, through introspection. And so the reset that I'm pointing to is that resetting to our true nature. And the true nature is that which exists the moment, when we're in existence, but when we're born, that pure sattvic nature that is untouched by anything, that is that reset. So when we move into that experience of meditation, that is also that reset. And when we move into the sleep state, conscious or unconscious, that also is that reset. I know some of you enjoy yoga nidra, and yoga nidra is that sleep state meditation that's very powerful and beneficial because it balances our nervous system, among many other benefits. So this saying kind of goodbye to one year and hello to another year, letting go of what no longer serves us and embracing how we can best serve our highest self. There's two other words at play here. One is karma, and karma is basically anything that is left undigested, unresolved, unpacked, unintegrated, anything that we're still carrying with us, right? Any of that baggage. Those challenges that we have in our relationships or memories from the past that still kind of feel like they just happened yesterday. That's all karma. And karma is literally an action. And so that action is how we show up in our day-to-day life. So if we're showing up in reaction to something that happened in the past, we're literally living in karma. So when we say goodbye to the year, we can actually let go of that is kind of keeping us bound and constrained, that we call karma, or we can let go of those reactive patterns or those things that are no longer serving us. It might be habits, addictions, relationships, etc., 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 right? But it's not necessarily outside, it's inside. It's how we are in relationship to the external, right? So it's the internal in relationship to the external. When we say hello to the new year, set with clarity of intention of how do I serve the highest good or the highest of self, right? Self as in the big self, the wisdom, the wise self, not the egoic self-image self. How do I serve that? That is called dharma. So dharma is listening to that innate knowing and intelligence within us that is constantly showing us how to show up. So we can feel ourselves kind of triggered and agitated. And yet there's a little voice back here that says, you know, you're caught in an ego pose. You're caught in wanting it to be different. That's karma. And then we have that choice, that opportunity, that potential to choose. I see that I'm caught. Maybe I can walk away from this right now and let myself adjust to this reaction that I'm having and let it move through me, and then come back and see if I can move into that interaction again, for example. So Dharma is literally listening to that innate wisdom within and following that innate wisdom so that moment by moment by moment, to the best of our ability, we are serving that highest good, that is that Sangha that we were just speaking about a moment ago, that energetic Sangha that is that plug-in to humanity, but mostly to that pure sattvic self and existence. So the new year, this opportunity to reset to that, to reset, to rest in that space. It's the time when we tend to go, oh, I'm gonna eat better, or I'm gonna not have any wine for a month, or I'm not gonna drive my car, I'm gonna ride the bus all the time, or whatever it is, whatever our New Year's resolution, if you do that, I resolve, right? I'm making a resolution to be better, do something differently. In yoga, we actually move our attention from that I've got to be different to sadhana. And sadhana is being integrated in body, mind, soul, and heart. And with sadhana, sadhana is about being very present to what's happening now. And when we're very present to what's happening now, we're actually in our dharma. When we're not present, we're in karma. So this opportunity in this new day, this new year that's coming, when the sun rises or when the clocks tick to midnight, the opportunity is to be present, to be connected, to come from that space of pure sattvic nature and allow that reflection coming back to remembering, resetting, that then is your sadhana. That is your practice. That's what sadhana means. It's your practice. Or another word for sadhana in English would be being attached to truth. Being attached to the truth. Satsang or sadhana. The practice of that identification or attachment to truth. Truth being the truth of the dharma, okay, of the self. So what I am inviting you to do right now is to just, if you have a piece of paper nearby, great. If you don't, that's okay. I know that you'll kind of plant a seed. So what are you letting go of? What's been kind of niggling at you and kind of, the same old thing that happens all the time, and I can't seem to drop it. So just check in with yourself. What is it that you want to drop? What do you want to let go of? What's no longer serving you? And just kind of put that off to the side for a moment as it rises up and just, okay, that's the karma, right? That you want to let go of, that's no longer serving you. And now, once you know that, you can now ask yourself, how can I serve my highest good, the highest self? Like, what do I want to cultivate for myself? What seed am I going to plant for myself in this fertile soil of opportunity and possibility? And so just allow that to arise out of your inquiry. And again, if you have a paper and you have the opportunity to write that down, do so. Otherwise, just kind of rest it in the cave of your heart. And now say silently to yourself, I am honoring and letting go of, and then speak that to yourself, and that you can say it out loud because you're muted, and then just imagine that you're actually putting it down, honoring it. Thank you for all of the teachings and the blessings that you've given me along the way. And now I am setting you down and letting you go. Very sacred, tender. And now that which you are bringing in, that which you are shining your light on, the dharma, that seed that you're planting, what is that? And then say to yourself, I welcome in that which is serving my highest good and my highest self, for the benefit of all. Knowing that when I listen to the wisdom of the dharma, it is for the benefit of all. And then just bring the hands towards the center of the chest, welcoming in and just simply feel yourself resting into that which you are planting and nurturing. Now I invite you to join our voices together in this energetic sangha, muted or not muted, as we chant the sound of Om together. So I invite you to take a deep breath in. And just simply feel that reverberation in the chest, in the throat, maybe even the third eye center. And then as you feel ready, just allow the hands to begin to find their way, slowly moving towards the lap. Either resting on the knees or thighs, or in the lap. And if you're lying down, feel free to have the arms or hands resting on your belly or alongside the body. And we'll continue with a breathing practice. It's something very simple. It's feeling the rise and the fall of the abdomen. And notice how the chest lifts as the belly lifts. And notice how the chest drops as the belly drops. And then just keeping the attention on the abdomen. And we'll continue with the Dirga breath, the three-part breath, or the relaxation breath. And so you'll feel your belly rise up as it fills. Feel the diaphragm expand in the center of the torso, expansion of the lower ribs. And then filling the upper torso right up to the collarbones. Almost like you're filling a water bottle from the bottom to the top. And then when you feel ready, just allow the breath to empty out from the top to the bottom, as if you're pouring that water out of the water bottle. Continue with this three-part breath. Complete undivided attention on the breath as it moves in and out. Relaxing all the defensive tensions in the body, allowing all of the muscles to be at ease. Softening in the corners of the mouth, and the lips slightly parted. And the tongue resting in the floor of the mouth. You might even notice the soft flow of breath through the nostrils as you breathe in and out. And you'll allow the eyes to rest back deep in their cone-like sockets. And then bring attention right to the eyebrow center. The breath still rolling from the belly to the collarbone and back down without any effort or struggle or strain. Natural rhythm. Feeling each movement moment by moment. With your attention on the eyebrow center. You'll notice the natural tendency for the breath to become more subtle, softer. And notice how you're drawn into a quieter, silent, still, calm space. And just simply allow yourself to let go into that space. As you sink even more deeply into meditation, we're all doing stops, and the being appears. Karma falls away, and dharma rises up. Just 2 more minutes. And so the invitation is for you to just continue to meditate here if you feel quite drawn into the sacred space. Feel free to stay here. And if you feel ready to surface to awareness, you can begin to allow yourself to rise. Maybe rubbing your hands together. And then just bringing them onto your face. The fingertips resting on the eyelids. The rest of the surface touching the face. The palms hugging the face. No spaces. You can allow your hands to find their way back towards the center of the chest. Either resting the hands palm over palm or in prayer position. Feeling the dharma that is present for you. And we'll finish this part of the meditation with one sound of Om. And again, if you are allowing yourself to rest in this space, just continue to feel that reverberation wash over you. Let's breathe in. When you feel drawn to open the eyes, and simply allow the eyes to open. And if you're resting here in meditation for a while longer, feel free to just sign off here. I'm going to wish you all a happy new year. And for those of you that feel like staying, you can stay and have just a couple words to share.